Hey, y'all. This is Chicago Bootlegger Adam Newell from Scattered Hamlet. You're listening to Honest Brutality.
Created by the people. Created for the people. No holds barred. No punches pulled. Just honest brutality. I don't know what the fuck you guys are thinking. You don't ever talk about my band again. What's this honest brutality shit anyway?
Honest Brutality.
Get up in the morning and I drank down a bottle of Jack. Get down on your knees in the
Hello, welcome to Honest Brutality. It's Big Sloppy with Evil Irk and the Camera Rebel.
Hello.
And today, from Scattered Hamlet, we have Adam Newell, the Chicago Bootlegger.
Fuck yeah.
Hi, Adam.
What's going on?
Hey, where are you at right now?
Right now, I'm in Providence, Rhode Island, right on the East Coast.
Wow.
Shit. Are you guys playing there right now, or is that where you live?
Yo, right now, I try to float around in between tours. Usually I'm either here or in Chicago, and right now I find myself in Providence. So
Hey, that's awesome.
Should we call you the Providence Bootlegger?
not yet. It's a cool city, don't get me wrong, but I think I like Chicago a little bit more.
Right on. Hey, you guys were just down at the Whiskey A Go Go a week or two ago, huh?
Yeah. That was a really, really fun show.
Well, you guys did a short, I guess, about a month so of touring, and you got the new album coming out. You guys are busy as hell right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. This, the end of this year is looking pretty promising. Got a busy fall and winter, and I'm excited. I'm ready to get this album out. I know our fans are ready, and I'm looking forward to the next couple of years.
Good.
That's so awesome.
We've been listening to Swamp Rebel Machine.
Mm-hmm.
They got the video out, and that's the only song we've heard so far. So, you guys got a date yet on the album? Last I heard, you hadn't really picked a date yet.
Well, we have a date set up. It's gonna be out. We go on tour in November. The album will be out, and we will have the album with us. So, we're looking at an early November release. I'm not sure about the exact date, but it's coming very soon.
Yeah, that's right around the corner.
Right on. Are you guys doing what most of the bands are doing now? You have it available on vinyl?
We're not going to do it this time around, but we are going to do it. We talked about it in the band, and I know I for one would love to do it. I know Adam Jode is the same way. So definitely expect to see this come out on vinyl.
Curious,
Very cool.
Because it seems like most of the bands we talk to now as a source of generating little revenue, because you guys are getting ripped off online a lot, it seems like, are resorting to the vinyl. Well, you know what I'm saying. Or going to the vinyl because of the collectability, and it's been pretty effective for a lot of bands.
Yeah, it's also one of the things too of the experience. I love having a vinyl, just how big the record is, and putting the needle on it and staring at the record. I mean, that's a whole experience that a lot of these kids, they ain't getting to experience that. But I'm glad that it's coming back, because I'm pretty surprised by how popular vinyl has become right now, especially with Record Store Day and whatnot.
Right.
So, and that's very.
I remember having albums. I judged them by how many quarters I had to put on the stylus because of the warp. Was it 1 quarter? Was it 3 quarters? You had to put on to hold the needle down on the record because it's spinning all warped.
Yeah, right.
A lot of these kids don't realize what we had to go through to listen to our Paranoid albums back in the day.
That is so funny.
Absolutely.
I kind of miss those days, to be honest with you.
Wow.
Good.
So, hey, what's the response been at the shows you guys have been doing so far? Are you guys getting a good response on the new stuff?
Oh yeah, absolutely. We last tour we played a lot of the new stuff, and I mean it's been going good, and our shows. I mean, last tour it was long, but it was very fun. Every show was great. A lot of people came out, and the new stuff. We've been playing a couple of the songs for about a year now, and so some of our fans are pretty familiar with a couple of the new tunes, but we were busting out some new ones that we haven't played live. And on this next tour coming up, we'll be probably playing a majority of the set will be from the Swamp Rebel Machine album.
Right on.
Yeah.
Are you guys already working on another video for the next single, or are you guys going to ride that one out for a while?
Yeah. No, we have one that's ready to go. And not exactly sure when it's going to be coming out, but we definitely have another video in our back pocket right now.
Okay, I'm gonna break on you here a little bit, without giving too much away. What's the title of the next song that's coming out?
Well, it's all good because you know what? We play it live all the time, but White Trash. That's
Nice.
I love the name.
That seems different than most of your other material.
Yeah, we're branching out, man.
Well, for the listening audience, for those of you who don't know, who haven't checked them out prior to our conversation, because you're going to after our conversation.
Yes, you will.
Scattered Hamlet is unlike any other band you'll probably hear. My first exposure to them was a while back, and I instantly did a double take and said, wait.
Yeah.
And so it's funny is I've read a bunch of different things on you guys, and your own description's pretty hilarious because you guys say it's honky tonk metal, like you took a handful of cheap trucker speed and headed out on the warpath, which is pretty accurate.
Yeah, but it's very biographical.
I was trying to describe it to some people, and I said it's kind of like Motley Crue's Not Pretty. I don't know how to put it. Definitely some Southern flair, but you guys are your own animal, and I love it. It's good stuff.
The best description comes on their Facebook page, where they said, imagine Stone Cold Steve Austin with his partners Bo and Luke Duke in a parking lot brawl on a Saturday night set to music. Then you have Scattered Hamlet.
Yeah, I mean, that's exactly it. I mean, you can't get it better than that.
I can just see the General Lee out there with somebody get their face pummeled. Right. Lift the Scattered Hamlet in the back.
So clever.
Is that something that your guys' your style of music, the tunes that you're writing, is that something you strive to kind of hone and stay in that pocket, or is it just organic? Does it just happen as you're writing it is what it is?
It's an organic thing. We don't really go in and say we want to do this style of song or this style of song. We really someone will bring a riff. I'll bring a riff in, or Jode will have a riff ready to go, and we'll just work around it, and it's an organic feel, and it's usually like, okay, this is good, that sucks, let's get rid of that, and
band fight,
right?
Organic though. You'd be surprised. Our writing process for this album was pretty cool, man. We not too many fights, not too many clashing at all.
So you didn't have to ask Adam to step outside the studio for a second to settle this?
Well, no, and he might get me because he's all about MMA right now. And, he spends the majority of his time training, and I spend the majority of my time drinking. So I think he'll whip my ass.
Just so you know, I'm in the same training that you are. Yeah,
me too. It's a rigorous camp.
Right.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I try to spend a few hours in a dojo every day. Cracking tops.
Yeah.
In studying on you guys a little bit, getting ready for our conversation today, I noticed you guys list Hank Williams III as an influence, which we don't see that very often. He's kind of under the radar, and to see him listed as an influence, is that true for you specifically, or is that somebody else in the band put that in there? Or
Oh man, I absolutely. You know, and the thing about him is he has like a punk rock attitude.
Yeah.
Well, there's Ass
and,
Jack, the other side of it.
yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And you know, the way that he does his own thing, and
Sure.
I have to respect that. It's so awesome, and his albums they're awesome. He's great, and the fact that he went the way that he did instead of, you know, he didn't go the pop route. He could have went that route if he wanted to, and he never did.
Yeah. He stuck with the sorrow and woe.
Yeah, he
for sure.
True. Absolutely. Yeah, he stuck true to what he wanted to do, and he does things the way that he wants to do them, and it's unapologetic. And you know, Hank 3 is awesome. One of my favorite musicians that are out there right now.
You know, the Evil One here, I was unfamiliar with him. I didn't really know. I hadn't really heard of him much. But Evil one night said, "You heard Ass Jack?" I said, "What you trying to butt rape me? What the hell are you talking about?" So anyway, he said, "No, check this out. It's Hank 3. It's Hank 3. You like Hank Williams Jr.?" Sort of. And he gave me the whole background. He told me he saw these guys live, and he had this great story he told about how they shot the first half of the show. They were all country.
Actually, it was vice versa. Well, yeah, that was the thing is when we went down and saw him. It was in Reno, and we were it was a bachelor party, so I don't remember a whole lot. But one of the guys says, "Hey, we're gonna go see this. We're gonna go see this show. You guys have never seen anything like this." And when we showed up, the weird part was the people that were in line usually go to a show and it's all black shirts or it's all cowboy hats or it's all hip hop, you know. And this was just an eclectic group of people. And I was like, "What kind of show is this?" And we go in, and this guy gets on stage, and he starts playing, and I'd never heard him before in my life. And he's got the bass player with a purple mohawk playing a stand-up bass, and he's spitting everywhere, and they're playing their country stuff. And I'm like, okay, this is pretty cool, you know. And I'm not a country guy, but I dig what he's doing here, and his flat picking is amazing,
right?
And and then they go, "Okay, thanks so much, man. Right on. Thanks for coming out." And they get off the stage, and about 15, 20 minutes later, they all come back up, but they're all wearing leather, and they got their hair down, and they wheel out a big old double bass drum set and take away the little drum set, and they take away the stand-up bass and get electric bass out, and he comes back out and says, "We're Ass Jack," like they're a whole different band, right? Like they haven't been there all night, and they just start tearing the roof off the damn place, and I was like, I don't know what I'm seeing, but this is the most interesting. And you got guys in cowboy hats and shit out in the audience moshing and crowd surfing, and I was like, man, I have never. That was the most interesting thing I've ever seen.
Yeah. Huh.
It's fascinating too because, you know, he tours quite a bit, and you know, when he plays, I mean, those are 4-hour shows that he plays,
and he does it. He does every ounce of it.
Yeah, and that's work, man. I have so much respect for Hank 3.
That's cool. That's a neat influence.
Yeah,
you don't see that a lot, so that's cool to hear that.
That's the first time I've seen it. Mm-hmm. So that was pretty cool. That's why I wanted to call that out a little bit. Hey, explain to us Hell Riders.
It's pretty vague.
I love the Hell Riders, man, and it's funny because you know, we had nothing to do with it, and that's one of the coolest things. That's a thing that you know, organically happened. And they were, when I first joined the band, I remember seeing, you know, stuff on online and whatnot of you know, this Hell Rider chapter here and this chapter here, and it's funny because, you know, we'll get calls from different people and like, hey, how do I start up a Hell Rider chapter? It's like, well, we don't know. like I think you just start it up, man. It's awesome because these fans, they, you know, on the first EP, there's a song called Hell Rider,
right?
And our fans just really enjoyed it and started calling themselves Hell Riders, and they just, you know.
And what are they?
They're badass, you know, biker, you know, just awesome.
It's motorcycle
awesome
clubs,
people.
right? Essentially.
Well, Yeah, some of them are. Some of them, some of them are just regular folks, just regular music fans,
Yeah, I was going to say, because I would join, but I have to show up on my 10 speed.
Hey, that'd be okay.
They'd probably take my colors away.
Beers. Yeah, no, bring some beers and some weed. I think that's how you get in.
As long as I don't have to get jumped in, it sounds like a good party to me, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I had read somewhere where, and I can't remember if it was you guys have 150 shows booked up for the year, or you've done 150 shows. But that's a lot of shows, man.
Oh yeah, I mean this last tour that we did, we were out for 9 weeks, and we were basically out for the summer, and we tour in a van and trailer, and we don't get hotels that often, so. Yeah. But the thing is we love what we do, so the goal is to do 150 to 200 shows a year. Yeah. Last year, because we were working on the album, we didn't get there, but with this new album coming on, I suspect that we will be touring quite a bit in the future. And but yeah, in the past we've definitely cleared 100 to 150 shows a year. Absolutely.
Yeah, that's insane. So now like your guys's I've seen a lot of live videos. I've seen, some of your interviews and everything. You guys just seem like super fun, crazy, and wild group of guys. Like parties, you know what I mean? Like, is that right? You guys just you like to have fun.
Oh, I mean, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So
no, we're completely normal.
Yeah, and he's shaking his head as he says that. So I'm going to throw something at you here. I'm going to give you a hypothetical, and so if I was your band photographer, okay. So I'm on the road with you for those 9 weeks. Describe to me the kind of photos that I would take that you guys wouldn't want on social media.
Oh shit!
That we wouldn't want on social media?
Yep.
Right.
Well,
yeah.
You're trying to get me in trouble here, aren't you?
No.
I will say, it gets we get pretty wild. Absolutely. There's things that happen after shows that I wouldn't want to be on social media. I definitely won't want.
Absolutely.
Your pause is killing me here because you're holding something back that you don't want to let fly.
Well, I mean, we have, the thing is when we're on the road, we have it as much fun as we can, and that's the thing is the whole idea of our stage show and the whole, coming to a Scattered Hamlet show experience is to have fun.
Yeah.
So if that's what we're bringing in, we have to have fun, when we're not up there. So like, the last tour, I mean, there was, where are we at? Somewhere in New York. We stayed at a family and friend's house, and there was live chickens around, and our bass player was asleep, and Joan, our singer, picked up the chicken and threw the live chicken onto Rich, who was sleeping, and man, this dude woke up and he was scared as hell. He got this chicken flying around, attacking him, and
why are you guys throwing cocks at me?
Yeah, Joe likes, oh man, he released a live bat in the van before. That was fucking crazy.
Oh my gosh. So same scenario. So I'm in the van traveling with you guys. Who would I complain about most of stinking the worst?
That's our singer by far. He's always out in the woods, man. He's but I'm the other guys, I'm the clean one in the band. I like the bass. I like to keep good hygiene. These other dudes, they don't care. The van gets, especially last tour, it got pretty rough.
Right.
I appreciate your honesty.
I'm sure it could get
crunchy. Here's a question for you. You say you guys are trying to do about 150 to 200 shows a year.
Yeah.
That makes me wonder. So, being a musician, that is your full-time job?
Yeah, I mean, when I'm not on the road, do some hustles here and there, but for the most part, yeah, and that's
by
100%.
hustles. By hustle, you mean bootlegging in Chicago?
Yeah, I sell weed. There it is.
I was gonna say, why are you trying to out the guy, man?
I didn't ask that.
I'm sorry, Adam.
Yep, that's how it's fun. My tour fun.
Right on, brother.
I'm sorry, my brother in arms over here is trying to out you all on the show, like right and left. Hey, I got something for you, man. Check this out. I like to ask this question because you never know where it's going to go. Sometimes it lays flat, but you brought up the van a few times now.
Yeah.
And we have found that in the touring band world, it is not uncommon for a van to take on its own personality and or have a name. Does yours have a name?
No, I mean, not that I can remember.
Sounds like it's the mystery machine.
We're working on getting a new van, but this one, we didn't really name this one. So
oh, you got a namer.
Yeah. Well, this next one we'll definitely have a name, but this one we didn't have a name for this band.
That means it never broke down. Otherwise, it would be that fucking piece of shit. That'd be the name for it.
Well, it's been called that a couple times.
On occasion, it's called the Hot Box. On occasion, it's called the Hotel.
You know what? If I were to have a name for it, Hot Box would be that would be my pick.
That's so awesome.
That's good stuff.
So how did you guys all come together? How did you meet? Like, who kind of started the band and started bringing you guys in?
Adam Jode started the band, and he was in LA at the time, and was basically cycling through different musicians, and a lot of folks they just weren't getting it or couldn't really handle the touring schedule. So there's been a lot of members in the early years of Scattered Hamlet, but Jake came in, I think maybe a year or two after it formed and was working, and then Rich came in, bass player, and this unit's been together for 3 going on 4 years now, so
Wow.
This is it. But before, there's kind of players that were getting cycled through, but once us, we got together, the 4 of us, it just clicked, and we knew that we don't really need anyone else, and the way that we tour and the way that we live, it's not for everybody. It ain't nothing against them, for past members. It's
Right.
It's very hard what we do.
That's a fair assessment.
Yeah.
This the core of the band that we have. The band that we have right now, this is Scattered Hamlet right here.
Yeah, that's cool. That's good that you guys finally came together and got it situated.
Hey, who produced your new album?
That was our boy Jay. This guy, he did such a good job with it. He's worked with Rob Zombie and Murder Dolls, and he's a big cat in that industry, and he actually is a very good friend of our drummer Jake, and And he did some work on Skeleton Dixie, but this one, I mean, he did everything. Jay and Jake, and they killed it. I was so happy. I had so much fun working with them.
Yeah.
We did some recording at NRG Studios in North Hollywood, and that's where Motorhead did their last album, Slayer did their last album, and Slash was there. So we got to be in that room that all those cats were in, and the equipment that I got to play, and it was awesome, and they were it was great because anything that I wanted to try on this album, I could, and they were very open to it, and there wasn't it was just a very good experience, and they had a lot of, they did good. They're very, very good producers. And, you'll hear, once the album comes out, the production on it's ridiculous. I mean, they did such a good job with it.
And that's important on a new album, especially, we've heard some crappy albums put together. But hey, you guys were touring a little bit with Blackfoot, and I guess they were canceling shows on you guys, weren't they?
Yeah, absolutely.
Made it kind of tough because I know as a small band, when you're, your support, you have no control over it. They cancel a show, you're kind of screwed, and you guys are out that money, and that's when you're playing town to town, that puts a bang on you. So you guys are getting ready to go out again on a big tour. Are you touring with somebody? You guys headlining? Where are you guys going to be on this one?
No, we're going to do this one unless something comes up. We're going to do this one on our own, and this tour is just the kind of tour on the album, and we'll unless something big comes on, we'll probably be touring like this. It gets frustrating when you go out on the road with someone and shows get canceled the day before or whatnot.
Right.
So and that's happened to us before. I mean, it is what it is. I don't want to talk bad or anything.
Oh, no. I'm not asking you to. And every band goes through it, especially when you're playing support. Every band goes through it, and that's just part of the industry, man. There's no getting around it. But
absolutely.
Yeah, and you guys going on your own. We spoke to Marty McCoy with Boba Flex about 6 months ago.
Wouldn't that be
or so.
a cool show to see these two guys?
Oh, right. They blend real well together.
would.
Anyway, he was talking about they go out on their own now. They did away with their they're doing all self promotion, saving everything, and they basically look at every venue as just an empty room that they're gonna sell their own tickets to. They're gonna take charge of everything. So when the money comes in, it goes in their pocket. And the way he explained it made a ton of sense. And they're doing something I thought was genius. They joined Planet Fitness because there's a Planet Fitness everywhere, and for $10 a month, they can stop in any town they're in and go get showers.
Right?
That was genius.
That is. I can't believe I haven't thought of that, but I'm glad you told me that because there's a Planet Fitness right down the street, and I might have to go join that.
Right.
Yeah,
So
That's why you got to listen to the show, dude.
right.
That's
So
why you got to listen to the show.
That's what they would do. They would go in there
That's good.
they got memberships just to go in there and shower, and then one day they're like, hey, while we're here, why don't we end up let's work out.
I know.
Then they took full advantage of them.
Well, it's funny because you were talking about members of your band being in MMA and what have you, and and I just saw a video from the McCoy brothers learning self-defense. Did you see those videos?
No, I did not.
Oh, it's hilarious. I don't think they needed it. Those guys look like they could just pull a knife out of their boot and stick you.
Yeah.
Well, Adam Jode looks that way too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's true.
You guys definitely have an image. It's funny because, like I said, when I first laid eyes on you, I'm like, I wouldn't let my daughter go to that concert alone. I mean that with all due respect, sir.
No, it's one of those things that it's where we come from. It's how each of us grew up.
Sure. Yeah.
Just,
it's awesome.
Yeah,
it works.
Oh yeah. When it comes down to it, like we can all handle our own, but we're pretty nice fellas once you get to know us. If you do any, and our fans are the same way. The Hell Riders are the same way. We could be we're all very good people, but if anything wrong gets done to us or anyone we know, that could change very quickly. But it rarely does.
Right.
So, Adam, tell me about your upbringing as far as like music is concerned. Like, did you take music classes in school, or did you just have a passion for music and you just kind of picked up the guitar later on in life? Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, I first got my guitar when I was 12.
What kind of guitar?
And
guitar?
It was like a Strat copy, Jay Terzer.
Yeah.
And
I had a Hondo.
What happened? Yeah. Well, I was coming home from baseball practice, something like that, and my dad just bought it for himself. And when I walked through the door, he's sitting at the kitchen. He's playing around on it, and for some reason, it just like something just kind of hit me. I don't really know how to explain it.
Yeah.
And it was like just made a beeline straight toward that guitar, and my dad let me play it, and I ended up sleeping with the thing, and that guitar became mine. And my dad, he was getting me lessons from around town, but it wasn't until I met my mentor, whose name is David Prout, and he's from Providence, Rhode Island. And it's one of the reasons actually why I kind of stay out here is to keep learning from him.
That's good.
And to keep picking his brain.
Yeah.
But I met him, and once I met him, it was full blown. All right, no messing around, and just I moved out here once I turned 18, and I graduated high school. I think it was like the day after my graduation. I packed up my truck, I drove out here, and I lived with David for about maybe 5 years.
Wow.
And those 5 years were just straight, just learning every day. Going to his gigs, practicing, studying a lot. We studied a lot of Jimi Hendrix, and then I ended up, heading out to Los Angeles, and that's when I met Adam Jode and the guys from Scattered Hamlet. It was perfect because, I grew up in Illinois, and a huge Pantera fan, huge Lynyrd Skynyrd fan,
right?
Yeah. And when I went out to LA, it was kind of, I tried out for a couple different bands, and it just really wasn't my style. I don't know, it just wasn't there for me. And I heard Scattered Hamlet, and just wanted to get in this band. I was actually walking on the strip, and I saw they had a sign up on the Viper Room, and it said Jackal and Scattered Hamlet. And I wasn't in the band at the time, and when I saw that, I was walking with my brother, and I was like, "That's those boys. I need to find my way into that band."
Wow.
And I just kept getting a hold of Jode, and they fired one of the guitar players, and I came in, auditioned, and it's just I've been there ever since.
Good for you. When you have a passion and you have something in life that you want to do, I mean, I'm always encouraging the people that are closest to me not to put limitations on themselves. And if you want to be a rocket scientist or, whatever, you got to
start a podcast.
Start a podcast, right? Anything. I'm like, you do you and you be you, and nothing is out of limits. Even how crazy it may sound, just go for it. So awesome. Kudos to you, man.
Oh, yeah.
That's so cool. I like that. Thank you.
Well, that's
for
actually
sharing
pretty
that.
interesting. It explains some of what we hear when we listen to your music, because you hear some of those early I don't want to say, I hate the term classic rock, but the early rockers, you could hear some of that in your playing. You can hear some of those the phrasing, the way you choose to play your riffs.
Absolutely. And that's because we're such big fans of that era of music. I mean, come on, that's just so good. I mean, the 60s and 70s and the guitar playing alone, and
guitar,
the tones. I mean, I'm a huge Hendrix fan, and You know, that dude had 3 years. You know, he died. He was my age when he died. It's insane to think about that and what he did.
He played a guitar upside down, for Christ's sakes. You know,
he was outrageous, and same with Skinner. I mean, the songwriting that those boys did. I mean, it's same thing. You know, they were young at the time, and you just can't get better than that. You know, and so we're all influenced by that, and basically we just want to just kind of carry that on. You know, we don't want any of that to get lost. And you know, you got a lot of these new bands that are like, you know, well, we're going to do something completely new that you've never heard before. And it's like, no, you're not. Like,
you're gonna try. You could try. Yeah, sure. Yeah.
We're us. Like, no, you know, this is, you know, we're going to take a page out of Black Sabbath's book, and we'll take a little bit out of Skinner's and out of Motorhead, and you know, and that's what it's for. You know, they did that for that to happen, to keep that alive and that style, and then, you know, make it your own. And that's basically what we do. We just take what they did and just, you know, put our own little take on it. And I mean, I just on gear too, you know, Joe picked up that PV, and that's what Skinner was using. And we're just huge fans of that era of music, and you know, definitely within the way that I practice guitar, and I know Joe too, is we always study those early cats, you know, because they gave you everything,
right?
And so it really does come out to what we do.
Ken, you guys do have a style all on your own. I was checking out your stuff, and I was just kind of thinking to myself that it's so unique that it's refreshing. We listen to a lot of music, and I loved it. It was rad. So
no, that's
just because it is so
great.
different.
You know, that's absolutely that's kind of that's our point. You know, like, we still want to give something new, you know, we a lot of bands are sounding very similar these days.
Exactly.
And
I don't think anybody sounds quite like Jode. He's pretty unique. I really dig it. He's got a very unique. If you hear him and you know his voice, you're gonna know it if you hear it anywhere. It's one of those.
Yeah.
He's a badass singer, man.
He is.
He's a hell of a front man, he seems like. But you said something I want to touch on a little bit. You said when you practice. And, you know, I don't think enough musicians actually practice. It used to drive me crazy when we go to our rehearsal night, and the only ones that seemed like they were practicing were myself and my lead guitar player. And the other guys they would try to use rehearsal as practice, and you can't do that. You're not going to better yourself that way.
Oh, there's a difference between rehearsal and practice.
They're supposed to be.
Yeah.
But some guys don't see that. And
as a drummer for 30 years, I know.
It's refreshing for me to hear you say that here you are, you're in a traveling band, you guys are traveling, and yet you're still practicing. And that speaks volumes.
Oh, yeah. I mean, anytime we get a hotel room, I mean, that's the first thing I do. You know, my guitar is always on my side. And whenever we get a place, or even when we show up to the venue, you know, I like to warm up before shows, whatnot. But yeah, I try to get, you know, hours practice every day. You know, if I'm going to be a guitar player, you got to work, man.
That's awesome.
If you're not improving, you're not changing your game. Nothing.
Right.
It kills me.
Going back
because you know, the people that are practicing are trying to progress in the band, and the guys that are not, they're dragging the band down. You can't go any farther. It just kills me beyond all belief.
You can be the truck or you can be the trailer. Which are you?
I like that.
Mother trucker.
Well, it's one of those things too that you got to really you know, love your instrument, you know, and that's the thing.
And your guitar.
Yeah. Exactly.
You're welcome.
Well, a lot of, you know, the reason why I play so much is because I still enjoy it. I enjoy every minute of it. You know, I would rather play guitar more than more than anything, it's just something about it, playing live and just practicing. Practice is still fun to me. You gotta keep it fun.
Right.
And,
well, your passion is definitely showing through here. That's for sure. And you guys have done a ton of festivals, haven't you?
Well, not really. They before I joined the band, I know they did South by Southwest, but we've done Rocklahoma a couple years.
Right.
Yeah.
That's a pretty big one.
Yeah, it's kind of big.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that was cool. And this last tour we did one in Algona Local Fest.
Yeah, that's awesome. So,
Yeah, and,
tell me about the 5-second stage act thing for Rocklahoma.
That I'm not really sure of. That might have been because they did Rocklahoma I think once or twice before I joined the band.
I see.
Yeah. I played. But we've done it 2 years since we didn't get back there last year. But I know this summer we're gonna really try and get on some more festivals. Yeah, I would love to because we've always had a really good time at Rocklahoma.
I can imagine.
So with your, you guys have your tour planned out for the new album? What the supporting tour? Have you kind of figured out what you're going to do, or how do you do that?
Yeah, we are working on it right now. It's almost all booked. We got a couple of dates that are showing up. If you go to our Bandcamp or just to our Facebook, but we're gonna be doing basically a Midwest run. And this run, I think we're going to be out maybe about 3 or 4 weeks.
Okay.
You going to do any West Coast runs at all? You going to be out here in Cali?
Hopefully soon. Not this fall, but I know we might end up getting a show in LA, but in the fall. But definitely within the year, I know we're going to try and make a West Coast run. We're going to try and hit up all the markets.
Yeah.
In the next year. So, like I said, when this album drops, we plan on doing a lot of touring.
I'm just trying to sniff around and see if you're going to get close enough for us to make the Mecca to come see you.
Right. Do something in Sacramento. Do Ace of Spades in Sacramento.
Chico.
Right?
Either one.
Hey, that'd be great, and I would love to get up that way.
You guys would probably dig Chico.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
You know what? You could do some hustling in Chico.
Oh yeah. It's a college town.
See how I help a brother out?
Yeah.
I help a brother out. You throw him under the bus, I help him out.
So I know you probably get this question asked all the time, and you're probably over it, but you guys each have your own individual monikers. So can you explain to us like how you guys got your who has what moniker and how they got that moniker?
They're kind of just where we come from, like we call our drummer the Irish Thunder,
right?
And he's and the way he plays drums, and he grew up in Ireland. I mean, it speaks for itself.
Literally, I thought you guys were just like, hey, you're not a Guinea, so you're Irish,
No, I mean, he's Jake drumming. I mean, he's insane on the drums. I love his drumming.
Yeah, he seems like he's a real pocket player too. Like
absolutely, he doesn't do like his rhythm, his groove. He doesn't rush. It's awesome. He comes from that punk rock school.
Okay, yeah,
and where it's like keep it simple,
real metered
but
out.
Sometimes the simple stuff is hard to do, and I've seen Jake pull some stuff out. He's definitely my favorite drummer to play with by far.
That's awesome.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, and Rich, we got what we call him, the old Kentucky bastard,
which is an Honest Brutality name. I'm sorry, that's a perfect Honest Brutality name.
It is.
Yeah, well, he's from Louisville, and I think old Kentucky bastard. I think that's like a whiskey or something. That boy likes to drink his whiskey. That's for damn sure.
Hell yeah.
That's a good boy.
Yes.
Yeah,
it is.
and then the Appalachian Apostle. I mean, that's where he comes from, man. He's Appalachia, and, you know, and I mean, to me, that speaks for itself. He's, you know, Joe's a badass, man.
Yeah.
He seems like a guy who probably hunts, fishes, all that shit, huh?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I bet you he's fishing right now. That's probably why he didn't do this interview. He's like, it's cutting into my fishing time.
You know,
we talked to Big Daddy Rich.
Big Dad Rich.
Fishing.
He was literally fishing when we spoke to him. No, let me rephrase that. He was catching. As he explained to us.
Fish.
Yeah.
So amazing.
Texas Hippie Coalition, those guys are crazy.
Yeah.
They are crazy.
Yeah, you'll have to check
That's
that out.
another band they would be great on tour with.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys would be real good with them.
Yeah. I'm just kind of thinking of the styles would work.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, well, Skeleton Dixie, we had Randy Cooper.
Okay.
He was he did a guest guitar solo on Skeleton Dixie, and I know let's get this before I joined, but I know there was a couple shows that Scattered Hamlet did with Texas Hippie Coalition. Anytime we travel around that area, around Oklahoma and Texas, we always get the hippies out, and they always treat us so well.
Yeah.
So we're very, very familiar with that camp, and
yeah, that's,
I'm a big Texas Hippie Coalition
I'm
fan.
just building up like my own little dream lineup of like who I'd go see at one show, you know. And like, okay, we got Scattered Hamlet, we got THC. Let's throw in some Boba Flex,
Sons of Texas,
Sons of Texas in there. Now that right there makes me want to eat barbecue, smoke weed, and get shit faced to some good music. You know, that just sounds like a good day.
Hell yeah, yeah. That's, you know, that every day would be like that if you hang out with us.
Right on, man. Right on.
You know, we talked to a band called Shattered Sun. I don't know if you're familiar with them, but they were posting at each of their stops. They were barbecuing in the parking lot. And those guys were like legit chefs.
Yeah.
And doing some kick-ass barbecues and all
They
of
were
their,
actuing like a
all
cooking
their shows.
show outside of their tour bus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was fantastic.
It was awesome.
Oh yeah, we've done that. We carry one of those with us. Those little Coleman grills, the mini ones.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I mean, we're not actually our tour manager. Dave, last tour, he's a chef, and we ate pretty good. None of us, I can't, you know. So, but yeah, that's pretty important. Honestly, we've hung out in a lot of parking lots and cooked. Last tour was pretty funny because we had a day off, and we really didn't have nothing to do, so we ended up going to a Walmart. And at the entertainment center, they had this couch set up, and it was right in front of a TV. And the TV, like, we just got in and started playing Star Wars. So we were like, well, we got nothing to do today. Just hang out and watch Star Wars. We watched that whole movie, just chilling at the Walmart. You know, you could see, like, the Walmart employees, like, they're, like, talking to each other, like, should we tell them to leave? No, you shouldn't tell them to leave.
One of them, one of you guys gets up, goes over to the beer cooler, grabs a sixer, comes back.
Yeah, dude. We were very close to doing that.
I think I probably would. I'd be like, hey, get some Cheetos while you're out. Bring back some Funyuns. Funyuns.
Yeah, that's the part of tour that you know, that's there's a lot of fun that happens, but it gets pretty, you know. Sometimes you end up with,
well, you're not at home.
You know, 12 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, no, I get it. It's one of those, you know, I don't think people take that into consideration when a band is out doing what they're doing and they go see them. I don't think they take into consideration that they're not at home and they're not necessarily going back to a swank ass hotel room or something. They're, you know, they got nowhere else to be after that except for either on the road or waiting to be on the road. Yeah. You know?
Yeah,
that is a tough life, man.
It's a lot for sure.
So when you guys are touring and everything, and you close tour and you're in your home, like how do you get back in the groove of what you're doing? I mean, do you have like withdrawals, or you know, do you kind of like
I
really miss it? And...
The other day, I got really mad because I had to take out the garbage. I was not used to that.
I'm not used to that.
Like, this is some bullshit. Why do I have to take out this garbage right here? And just, I don't know. Yeah, it's not easy. There's. It usually takes me about 2 weeks to kind of
get back in the
adjust,
groove.
And then you're a week out from touring.
Oh yeah, I mean, being out in public is it's weird. It's hard. Like I don't really, it's you get away with things when you're a band showing up at your show. You can't quite do the same things when you just go out to a bar.
Says you.
Yeah, right. No, but it is. Like I said, it usually takes about 2 weeks to kind of adjust. I mean, I call it road IQ. Because it usually comes in about a week or two in, and you get dumb. There's no other word for it. And
road IQ. Now I get it.
So awesome.
Shit.
Wow.
Things are funny that other people ain't really laughing at, but you are, and like you start. When you get
Delirious.
You
get delirious.
Oh yeah. Coming back from a tour, like it's we go. We're basically Beavis and Butthead on the road. Basically.
Awesome.
Doing America.
I love it. I love it.
So I want to say thank you. Don't hang up yet. But I want to say thank you so much for taking your time to do this. It really means the world to us. And one of the things that we love to do is to bring artists to our listeners that they may not have ever run across or heard of, and that they should have. And Scattered Hamlet is definitely one of those acts.
Yeah.
Well, we appreciate it too, man.
No, this means the world to us. We love, just like you guys. So I don't know if you know this, but most of us here, aside from our established photographer, the rest of the personalities on the show, we're all musicians in one form or another that did it for a long time and decided, you know what, let's try something different, see if it pays bills.
And so far, no.
No. So. But we really do. We have so much fun because we get to do this. We get to talk to people like you that are so goddamn cool, and they're out there and they're telling us their stories and opening our eyes, and it's awesome. So thank you from the bottom of our heart for helping out and sharing your stories with us and spending some time here. We appreciate it.
Absolutely.
And sorry for outing you.
Appreciate it too, man. No, it's great. Yeah, that's awesome.
So let me ask you this. Go ahead and give us your spiel if you got one. How would the listening audience, how would the world at large find Scattered Hamlet, make contact with you, book the band, buy your swag? How do you do that?
Man, just look us up on social media. We're on pretty much everything. Facebook, Instagram. We're on YouTube, Twitter. We have a website, scatterhamlet.com. We're on it. You send us a message on there. We reply back. If you want to book us, get a hold of us. If you on Facebook, send us a message. And also, when you get to our website, it has a couple emails that you can email. And we're, like I said, we're very active on that whole deal. So if you ever want to get a hold of us, look us up, whatnot, send us a message.
Right on. Is there anything that we didn't talk about today that you want to tell the listening audience? We're not pressed for time. I just don't want to take up more of yours than I have to.
For sure. No, I'm good. I thought we covered quite a bit. I thought it was great. I'm excited for Swamp Rebel Machine to come out, and I know the Hell Riders are, and this next tour that's coming up. We're gonna bring out some new stuff, and we're gonna have a lot of fun. So. Anyone, whoever's listening, if we're playing to a city near you, come out to a show and have a blast because we have a very good time.
Well, do us a favor and quit bogarting that goddamn new album and let it loose, man.
It's coming. It's coming.
November. Come on, Sloth. Cool.
Play, pass. Play, pass.
Yeah, play, pass, man. You guys are bogarting over there. That's some bullshit.
Breaking the rules.
Play, pass. That's awesome.
Anyway,
gosh.
and so thanks for coming on, Adam.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Thank you guys.
So if you're listening and you want to get a hold of us here at Honest Brutality, you can hit us up. You can go to our website, honestbrutality.com.
That's
You can
the
find
easiest way.
That's the easiest way.
Everything's there.
Everything's there.
It's like the Walmart of everything Honest Brutality.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
can get a couch and sit down
Yeah.
and watch Star Wars while you're listening to Honest Brutality at honestbrutality.com.
Exactly.
It's the hub.
Absolutely. If you want to give us a call here, 530-962-0411, we'd love to hear from you.
Call and
well,
ask for some Funyuns.
hear from some of you. Some of you guys are
Crack a
dicks,
beer.
but we'll leave it at that.
Yeah, what was that message earlier? Never mind. Anyway.
Anyway, am I forget? Oh,
If you, the
most important
don't
thing.
point at me, man. Nothing could go off. The one thing that we really, really, really appreciate everyone doing is sharing with their friends and getting them to listen to Honest Brutality, and maybe we'll get some new listeners and fans. And if you are a new listener, it's your first time.
if you're a hell rider.
Yeah, there you go. Whatever you're on, Stitcher, iTunes, whatever, if you would like, rate, review, and of course, subscribe. That means the world to us. Because we don't understand how it works, but that mystery machine behind Apple and Google and all that shit, when you give it ratings, it makes us important, apparently, even if they suck. So, like, rate, review, subscribe.
No such thing as bad publicity, man.
Exactly.
Above all else, be good people, be good to each other, and
Stay metal.
Truck speed on the warpath, baby. They're after me. Double down on the straight line safety. I'm riding free. I've been out, I've been down, I'm afraid. I've been out, I've been down. So never let this leave. Please give me shelter from all that's coming down from you today. Please give me shelter. It's time for you to wash away. Get up in the morning and I drink down a bottle of Jack. Get down on your knees in the dirt until you can't go back. I've been out, I've been down, I've been trained. Don't let it end this way. I say, please give me shelter from all that's coming down from you today. Please give me shelter. It's time for you to wash away. And lost when this things have come.